So hi again. For those of you that met me in my first video, I'm glad you came back. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Gardenia and I'm here just talking a little bit about how I approach weight loss and fitness. Each of my videos is going to be concentrating on a small aspect of my overall philosophy. This particular video is going to be focusing on food journals and how I keep track of what I eat. The most important part of my weight loss philosophy, my program as I like to call it, is journaling everything that I eat for about a month period. And then the second month after that, and then the consecutive months after that, um, that's how I kind of keep track of what I'm eating. At the beginning, I'm much more strict. After a couple weeks, couple months, I don't have to be as strict because I kind of know what portion size looks like, what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating. It's more just a tool at the beginning to really hone in on my problem areas, what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing well. I have used food journals for a really long time. I used to just do them the old school way. I would handwrite everything that I ate. Unfortunately, it gets really tedious and it's hard because you need a lot of space to describe everything that you eat, and then you have to go into your phone or onto your computer and find the calories and then go into the calculator and add up everything. Thanks to technology and the internet these days, you can pretty much find calorie information for anything. My Google search is constantly filled with stuff like calories in chicken breast, calories in a cup of steamed broccoli. You can find calorie information, nutritional information for pretty much everything. Some really great sites that I like are Livestrong or mydailydiet.com, I believe. But there's a bunch of them that'll come up regularly as you Google for nutritional information. Those sites are great. Everybody has a phone. Most people have iPhones or smartphones, so you can really Google things right on the fly. You're going out to lunch with friends and you're looking at the menu and you're like, you know what, I don't know what to choose. The great thing about having access to the internet at all times is you can Google and make choices on the fly. In terms of electronic food journaling, if you go into the App Store, there are a ton of great apps to use, both free, and then there's some for $1.99, some going up to $9.99 I've seen. I really don't think you need to spend a ton of money on them. The one I use is actually called www.fitday.com. I'll include the information down in the bar. They do have an app. It's $1.99. I did not buy the app just because it's my first week on their website, and I kind of like just jotting notes down in my phone throughout the day as I'm eating, what I'm eating. And then I come home and I transfer that information into my journal on the website. The fact that I'm not, adding it in as I eat it kind of makes me more conscious and more aware because I know that I have to come home and transfer this information. So if I'm eating poorly, having to not only jog my memory, remember what I ate poorly, and then come in and type it in, it reminds me to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm eating. So the great thing about FitDay is they have pre-selected foods with all the caloric information, all the nutritional information there. You can also add your own custom foods as well. So the nice thing is if you're eating things regularly, like say you eat the same breakfast every day, you have it saved. So Monday you have, a cup of cereal with a cup of milk and a banana. Tuesday you eat the same thing, you just add that into your Tuesday food journal. Super easy. It logs everything for you. And the nice thing is it also has a cool journal function, like a real journal function where you can write how you're feeling. Am I feeling really hungry today? Because how you feel mentally and emotionally factors into what you eat and how much you eat. And for women especially, we tend to be emotional eaters. During our periods, we tend to eat a lot more sweets. Or if we're sad, we tend to eat a lot of ice cream. At least that's true for me. So I like to write down how I'm feeling, and it kind of allows me to look through that. If I see a pattern, if I see a time of day where I'm eating poorly on a regular basis, it could be tied to what I'm doing at that time. Am I, do I have a class at that time? Am I rushing in between classes where I only have like a 30-minute break, so I'm going to grab, something that's really unhealthy because I don't think that I have time for anything that's better. The nice thing about it also is it gives you, based on your height and your weight and your kind of estimated activity level for the day, how many calories you kind of use just to coexist or just to exist as a human being. And then if you want to lose weight, it gives you a goal calorie count for the day that you should strive to. And you should always try to come in a little under, nothing extreme. You're not trying to, save like 200 or 300 calories from that goal number, but maybe 50 or 60 off every day, and it adds up. So for example, for me, my daily kind of lifestyle caloric count is in the 1900 range, and I wanted to lose 10 pounds by June 1st. So they've given me a daily caloric limit for my food of 1338 calories. So I record every day what I eat, and I've been coming in about, some days at the beginning, when I first started, I was only coming in under by 10 calories. But then I would get consecutively better. I would plan ahead more. I would look at my day and say, like, before a certain time, am I eating too much calories? Am I not eating enough? I was kind of moving things around, shuffling things around throughout my day to make the calories work to my benefit. So that's what's really important, is just looking at your daily journals and saying, okay, I wake up in the morning and I have this much time between my first meal and my second meal. How am I using that time? Am I being efficient? Am I planning out my day correctly? Because you don't want to become a slave to your food. You should enjoy it. You should be able to eat the things that you want, go out with friends, but you just need to kind of plan ahead. And it also allows you to think about, like, okay, my Friday ritual is I like to meet up with a friend, go on a really long hike, and then we go to In-N-Out afterwards. Now, I've made it so that I looked up the nutritional information for a burger and fries, which is what I get at In-N-Out, and I looked at it and I said, oh my God, that's a lot of calories, which I knew, I was aware. But then I also looked up the calories that I would burn in a 5-mile hike and said, like, okay, I can do that. But just to be safe, I'm going to eat a lighter breakfast, have a slightly lighter lunch than I normally do, so that I off-balance the crazy calories that are in my In-N-Out dinner. And I also take into the fact that, hey, I'm going on a hike, I'm working hard, I'm going to reward myself. And as long as you make those decisions, you are in a really great place. And that's the really nice thing about using a program like Fit Day. It's very simple, really easy. If they don't have a certain food, then I just go on to Google and I find the nutritional information and I make a custom food and I add that into my food journal. So I really suggest using some program like that. You can use anything. It doesn't have to be Fit Day. It doesn't have to be, like I said, you don't have to buy an app. You can write it down. If you really like hand journaling things, if writing it down psychologically keeps you accountable for what you eat, then I'm all for it. Go for that, because it really, really helps. I just want to show you a little bit of what the Fit Day dashboard looks like. It has, food, activity, weight, mood, calorie budget, net calories. That's your dashboard. Every day you check in after you eat, when you come home after school and you've eaten everything, and you have a little notepad going with food that you eat. Don't bother writing the calories then, because you might not be able to find all the information. Just come home, put it into your food journal online, and you're good to go. So I'm going to wrap up today's video. Hope it helped you to get started on your food journal And I'm really proud of you guys for sticking with it.